I at the time divorced my then wife after her cheating on me, then eventual ultimatum. So it started by me moving to Co for a new job that we agreed upon me taking, as that's where she wanted to be when she was done with school, which was end of December, and our lease was up at the end of June and she was still doing school in TN. So, she found a Facebook marketplace that was for renting a room out of this man's house. Well, she thought he was married and saw no issue with it. If I listened to my gut I would have said no. Fast forward to the end of May and I fly to TN to help her move. I met the man who was not married but was talking to a girl and was interested in her. He was also a heavy drinker and I didn't really appreciate that. I had a gut feeling something would be off and that something bad could happen if I let her stay there, but I decided to trust her and our marriage. Well, fast forward to June, she came to Denver for her birthday and she was treating me different and telling me that I am a stranger to her and that she can't even tell me that she loves me or doesn't want to be touched by me and would shove me away. I saw her Snapchat the guy and was acting totally opposite in the way she was interacting with me. Which I called her out on and said that is suspect, and she got mad at me and asked if I even trusted her. Which I told her I did and that I know she wouldn't harm me. A couple weeks later she FaceTimed me stating that she has had thoughts on cheating on me sexually with him cause she knew it would make me mad and that she thinks she's mentally trying to sabotage our marriage by thinking about it and potentially do it. She stated she would never do that to me and she was sorry. I told her I appreciated the honesty and that I do trust her to not harm me because I have been cheated on before and she knows how much it would hurt me. On my July 4th trip with friends and her friends, she admitted that she cheated on me with him a couple of days before the trip. It was also after the fact my best friend told me because she told his GF about it. When I found out by him I was devastated and found divorce papers, filled it out and sent it to her via text saying, "How could you cheat on me with FN, insert name." I walked around Walmart to try and cool off and calm down. Went to my great-grandparents' place, let the guys in the living room and went to the backyard and cried my eyes out, and it was not pretty. I called my granddad and her mom not knowing what to do, devastated and crying. Which I never cry. She texted asking to speak with me. We drove around and she stated she only made out with him. I took that story with a grain of salt as I wasn't there, but I believed her at the time. She stated she did it cause she missed me and her father, whom passed away a couple years from cancer, and that this guy reminded him of her dad and that she is struggling with her mental health. She called it her reasons and I bluntly told her that it was excuses and she didn't like it cause she couldn't make it to where she wasn't in the wrong if it was excuses. I gave her my list of demands, which were to move in with me and drop out of school to work on our marriage, and she agreed with them and stated she was going to go back to grab her things and would head to Colorado where I lived. I flew back to Colorado and her mom was watching my dogs back in Colorado and wrote a letter blaming me for my ex-wife's mental health and I was the cause of all of this in my dogs' bags. Which is a lie cause I attempted many a time but was told no due to her studies and that she wouldn't be able to get an internship if she did. I was furious and very angry and told my wife at the time I wanted nothing to do with her mom after that insult. When my ex-wife got back to where she was living a day later, she said, "I'm not moving to where you live as your demands are harsh and I did nothing to deserve that." The next few days her mom and I discussed her moving in with her mom in Denver to get the mental health services she needs as TN lacks that. She refused that also. My family, even though they were mad at her, were willing to let her stay at the cottage they owned for cheap in TN so she can get out of there. She refused. She stated she moved out of this guy's place, but she left a few items at his place in her room and was still paying rent. She stated she was staying with a friend in TN. Fast forward a month later, she visited me and gave me a list of her demands. She stated when visiting me that she hated my religious Christian beliefs. She believes that the church is misogynistic, homophobic, and she doesn't believe in any of that, doesn't want to live where I want and doesn't want kids, and I have to accept all of that. I decided to divorce due to what she did and showing no remorse and trying to give me an ultimatum after all she put me through and the fact that I want to have kids badly, and she knew this and just threw it in my face. I was working on forgiving her for what she did and was working on our marriage. The month leading to her ultimatum was me calling her and wanting to have long conversations with her that she wanted and saying I wasn't giving her. I decided one day to test to see if I wasn't the one reaching out what would happen, and she didn't call, and it took her a days to call me and then proceeded to yell at me, calling me a child for not calling her and that she's super busy with school and working at a coffee shop that she didn't have time to call me. Yet I, whose job was being a manager for a town, had all the free time in the world apparently to give her a call. Continuing my story after the little rant. Less than a month after agreeing and doing the paperwork for the divorce, she bought a pregnancy test at a Kroger, which is a grocery store, with my phone number so I could see the receipt, and denies that it's for her and it was for her friend. However, I had a hard time believing her based on her past actions, and I personally think she was fooling around with the guy and just wanted to give me the middle finger in a sense. Plus I asked many girls and they disagreed with what she said and stated she was lying. She then tried to have a priest attack me by lying to him to what happened, and he blamed me and stated I was in the wrong and my happiness doesn't matter. That I was lying about the situation and that's not what happened. He also mentioned she was to bring upon my salvation. She then messaged me asking, "Are you sure we are doing the right thing?" I asked, "Do you want kids and do you have remorse?" She stated she didn't want kids and continued to give reasons, aka excuses, for why she did it. A couple months later she told me that she moved back in with the guy and her priests okayed it. Which is a big lie, because no priest would go and say that is okay, especially with how conservative her church is. I mentioned to her that it was a bad look for her and if others see it they will view it poorly. She told me she didn't care and that she is moving on. Fast forward to the current times. She is now officially dating this guy and telling her friend, which is my best friend's girl, that she is taking it slow with him. Which I believe is a lie, cause I full well know what is happening. Luckily in the divorce we just took what items were ours and just went our separate ways, and I didn't have to give her any money. I moved to be closer to family and now am enjoying life and found a new girl who I am talking to, who's cherishing me and showing me love that never knew existed. Comment. Hindsight is 20/20, but do not let this next girl treat you like an idiot and a doormat the way your first wife did. If it feels wrong, it is wrong. Never, ever ignore your gut instinct. Yeah, I've been cheated on and some of the excuses you hear are pretty head scratching, but that excuse, that's just something my jaw would hit the floor at. Glad you are out of that scene, brother. Yeah, a lot of girls do that. I found out my ex of 5 years was cheating on me for 6 months and broke it off on Christmas Eve, which made me look like the asshole anyways, but yeah, she went around, small town, telling everyone that I cheated, even made an Instagram post about it cause I went to a night party. She was very immature. Luckily I had proof on my phone. It's weird, man, how they can just try to spin it to make themselves look like the victim and other people will buy it. I would probably say she was trying to remain in good graces with her church, as her dad before he passed was a priest. So by lying and saying I am wrong and lying about the whole ordeal, she can still take communion and look good in their community. Next story 2. I got cheated on by my BF of 2 years with a girl who's also in a LDR relationship of 5 years. My BF and I were happy, we had our ups and downs but we always get through it. He was my best friend. We were so in love. We talk about everything, despite the distance our connection was strong. We were a team and had our future plans so we could be together. We had met once and was planning to meet again this year. Yeah, we don't have the money to meet up that often. Now, how I found out everything. I think they have this thought of being okay to cheat because they are on the same situation, both on LDR. My BF, now ex, was trying to admit to me with a lie that they just kissed. I know you're gonna think that I should have ended it right there the moment he said that phrase and just let it go. I wanted to know the truth, so I was back and forth talking to my BF and the girl till the truth came out with their hidden lies and gaslighting. They were having sex every day at his apartment during their free time. They study at the same school. The girl knew who I am and was not even sorry when I also had a confrontation with her. She was smiling the whole time like it wasn't a big deal. I was being nice to her as much as I want to cuss words at her, but I told her that's not who I am. The whole time during the confrontation I was in pain. I puked and punched the wall non-stop. It didn't even hurt, so this pain in me would ease a bit. I was connecting the dots and everything made sense to me now. During those video calls with my ex assuring me, the girl was there beside him the entire time. She was okay with it. I already had a problem with her in the past because they became close instantly. The most fucked up thing is, despite me knowing all this, there's still love left in me willing to forgive him. But thankfully I did not. I still have self-respect left in me. I know you're gonna say you're the most dumbest person I've ever known. You're just hurting yourself even more. Just move on. You can't say that till you're in that position. I used to say if a guy cheats on me I'll cut him off instantly. It's not that easy when you love a person purely. I had booked a ticket to surprise visit him, but that will not happen anymore because he cheated. He even still have the audacity to say if I could still come after what happened. He even said we never fancy, like it makes everything less painful. I told him as long as I did not do you wrong I think I'm gonna be alright. I did not regret a thing in this relationship. I was pure and genuine. I couldn't bear and forgive myself to hurt the person I love. I already cut him off and blocked him on everything. I am now focusing on my healing. It may take a while, but I know there will come a time that I'll be alright. To all the people who got cheated on, I'm so sorry it happened to you. I wish you peace and abundance. Everything you felt and your reaction from being cheated on is valid. Don't mind the people who judge you for it. You are an amazing person and you don't deserve it. It's not the end of the world. Better things are yet to come. Comment. This statement alone is enough to know you're a mature person with proper morals and principles, mate. You did everything right here. I just hope you informed the other girl's boyfriend too. He deserves to know the truth. That being said, I hope you're doing fine, and here's some things you can do. Spend more time with your friends and family, pick up new hobbies and meet new people, hit the gym and eventually get back into the dating game when you're ready. You deserve better, and no matter what, don't take him back. I'm pretty sure he will try getting you back one way or another, but don't let him to. Wishing you the best, mate. I agree, before I got cheated on I would always say I'd leave. But when I was out in the situation it was hard. Because you genuinely love the person and can't see yourself without them. Good for you for cutting him off. My opinion, you can't love your partner and #K someone else. And as for her, she is as slimy as it gets. She will get her karma and I hope it hurts. Keep your head up. It will take a while, but you did the right thing.